Hello everyone. I am going to take some examples based on Dennevit-Hartenberg notation to find the kinematic relationship between adjacent links. The current slide you are looking after shows the different parameters which was chosen by Dennevit and Hartenberg to identify the relationship or find the relationship between relationship between adjacent links. Over here you can see that this is the first parameter di, which is called as joint offset. The second parameter is theta I, that is called as joint angle, and the third parameter which was considered as ai, that is called link length, and the fourth parameter which was considered as twist angle, that is called alpha I. Few things I would like to tell you before coming to next slide. What we are doing over here for finding the kinematic relationship between adjacent links, in this case the first step which we are doing, that we are translating from this xi minus 1 frame from origin B to C origin. Okay, what we are doing actually, we are just translating from B point to C point about z axis. Okay, so the homogeneous transformation matrix which was should be written over here, that is homogeneous transformation matrix about z axis, and what we are doing, we are doing translation. Next thing is that what we are doing, this is a common normal actually. So what is a common normal? Common normal is the shortest distance between two adjacent links, but the common normal should be perpendicular to both links. Okay, so in that case what we are going to do, when this frame xi minus 1 frame is going to reach at origin C, what we have to do, we have to rotate about red axis in such a manner that this xi minus 1 axis is going to be parallel to this common normal. So when we are going to rotate anti-clockwise about red axis by 90 degree, this xi minus 1 line is going to be parallel with this x line or common normal. Okay, now what we are going to do, we need to translate this frame, intermediate frame, to this origin D by a value of ai, and this is called as link length. Okay, when this frame is going to reach over here, the xi minus 1 frame or axis is going to lie in such a manner. At last what we are trying to do, we are trying to rotate about about x axis, so that this zi axis is going to be parallel to this perpendicular line which is perpendicular to common normal, or the second joint which is going to be placed over here. Whatever the axis which was drawn on that place, we are trying to parallel that red axis about that component. So in such a manner these four steps are taken to find out the homogeneous transformation matrix for Dennevit-Hartenberg notation. Now I am going to take you to the next step. There is one more thing which I would like to tell before continuing. Suppose there are two frames and I am considering from this intermediate frame. Okay, suppose there are two frames, this is x, this is z, and in this way the y should be considered about inside the x, and this is about C. Now what we are trying to do, I am creating another hypothetical frame with respect to position D with the same frame. Okay, x, z and y. I just try to share that if somehow the end effector frame or between any two or any joints or at two joints, suppose this is a joint 1 and this is a joint 2. Okay, over here what we are trying to do in this case, that between intermediate frame and the final frame, we are trying to keep the x axis parallel to common normal. Suppose this is the common normal line, and if somehow initially if this frame is going to translate by a certain distance, and this frame is going to reach over here in similar manner, and it is z and this is x, okay, sorry, this is y. So suppose we are, if the frame is reaching at this position d, and you can see that both frame axes are parallel with each other. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to do that keeping all the axes of previous frame parallel to the final frame or the next frame. So in such a manner, if this condition achieves, in that case the joint angle link length, this is the joint angle, this link length, and twist angle is going to be 0 automatically. So kindly keep in mind that if somehow the initial joint offset occurs, in that case both frames, if both frames are parallel to each other or aligned with each axis, then all the parameters with respect to joint angle, link length and twist angle is going to be 0 if any variable is not given, okay, kindly keep in mind. So I am going to next slide to showcase an example. Suppose this is an kinematic link. So first of all I am going to create frames. Over here you can see that the first frame which was created already. So this is z, this is y, this is x. With respect to this axis is showing is z, and we have to create x axis about here, because we have to keep in mind that we can't create this x axis upside, because the second condition of DH frame notation scheme tells us that the x axis should be perpendicular to current z frame and previous frame z axis. So in the same sense we are creating this x axis in this side, okay. Now with the help of right hand thumb rule, this x axis is, sorry, the y axis is going to be created upwards. In the similar manner the z axis is also lying over here. With the same scenario, the x axis is going to be created over here, and the y axis is created of upside, and the final frame is already created. This is the, that should be similar to the previous frame. So over here you can see that z axis, y axis, x axis, okay. So in this case you can create frames as per your assumption. So in such a manner these frames are created. Now we are going to find the DH parameters for this link, okay. So this is the link. Few notations which I am going to write again. So this is z axis, as per the question I am going to take x on this side, and with respect to this the y axis is going to be created over here. I'm just going to take the y axis, okay. So first of all we are going to consider the link 1, okay. This is the link 1, okay. So the first joint, this x naught, y naught, z naught is going to trace this path. This is 2 units, and this is called as joint offset. So I am going to write over here 2 units, okay. Now when this axis is going to reach over here, the z axis is upside, x naught axis is this side, and the y naught axis is this side, okay. So you can also see that the line in between these two joints, that is the distance is this distance is the common normal. So at this point what we are have to do, we have to keep a rotation about z axis, so that the x naught is going to be parallel to the common normal. So in the same case when we are rotate this z axis by 90 degree, So the x-axis is going to be parallel with the common normal. So then this frame is going to reach over here, y naught, x naught, sorry, x naught is now is going to be rotated. I am going to create the frame which we got over here, because we perform rotation. This is x naught, this is z naught, and this is y naught. Okay, at last what we are going to do, we have to, this is a common normal line, and now at last what we are trying to do, we are trying to keep a rotation about x axis, so that the z axis is perpendicular to a line which is perpendicular to a common normal. So this is a line which is perpendicular to common normal, and in this side the z axis is representing over here. So when we are going to perform a rotation by, and the unit by which we are translating over here, I forgot to write, this is 1. Okay, this is 1 unit, and when we are trying to rotate this by 90 degree about x axis anti-clockwise, so the z axis is going to be parallel to with this z axis of second frame, that is z naught is parallel to z. So the angle should be 90 degree. Okay, similarly when we are going to find for joint 2, the DH parameters are, the first thing is that this is the common normal line. I am going to change the color so it may segregate each and everything. So between these two lines, this is the z axis, this is the z axis, the common normal is this. So before common normal, what we have to find the joint offset and joint angle. So in this case, this is the common normal, so there is no offset right now. So with respect to that, for joint 2, the joint offset value is 0. Now in this case you can see that the frame axis x naught, I am going to erase this frame so it is clear to all of us. Okay, now I am going to create a frame. This is z, we already have, this is x, and this is y. Okay, so as we see, there is no distance we have to track to reach this point, so this is 0 value. Now what we have to do, we have to keep the x axis parallel to the common normal. So for that we can have to do a anti-clockwise rotation about z axis. So the x axis is going to be parallel to this common normal, and that value is going to be where 90 degree. Okay, so the axis is now, z is the same manner, the x is now upside and y is this side. Okay, now when this axis is going to reach over there, then what we have to do, and for reaching over there, the path which is traced by the joint link is 3 unit, and as you see, when we are reaching at this point, this z axis is already parallel with this z axis, and at last what we are trying to do, we are trying to rotate the about x axis, so that the z axis of previous frame is parallel to a line which is perpendicular to the common normal. Over here you can see that this is the common normal line, and this is the line which is perpendicular to the common normal, so which is already happening. So the value of twist angle is 0. Now for third, what we are trying to, this is z axis, so again the common normal line is this, so we are here and there is no joint offset value over there, so we have to write 0 value over here. You can see that this is a common normal line, and as per the assumption, if we are going to create a line about red, and then about x is this side, this is z, okay, and this is x, and this is y. Okay, so over here, for keeping the rotation about z axis, the x-axis is going to be rotated by 90 degrees so that it is parallel to common normal, and the distance which is translated to reach of over these points is 1, and over here you can see that the z-axis is parallel to already to z, so this value is 0. Okay, I am just telling this DH parameters with the help of which you can find the final tool position with respect to fixed frame. Okay, now I am going to take another example to showcase you how, if two frames are parallel to each other, then in what manner you have to assume the assumption that if previous frame is parallel to next frame, then the values of joint angle, link length and twist angle is 0. So over here, the frames which are created, so over here you can see that this is the rotation, so the z axis should be this, and then I am just changing the color so that it is more visible. First I am going to erase. So over here I am going to take red color. So this is z axis, the x axis is perpendicular to this line, sorry, this is x, and this is y. Okay, for second link, this is z, this is perpendicular to this line, z axis, so this is x, and with respect to this frame, the y axis is drawn in this side. Okay, now in a similar manner, the end effector frame is similar to a previous frame, so over here this is z, this is x, this is x, and this is y. Okay, so you can see that the link 0 and link 1 have same origin. Okay, so what we are trying to do, we are trying to create these frames which we created on the link. This is z, this is x, and this is y. Okay, now what we are trying to do, we have to draw the other frames. This is x, this is z, and this is y, and at last the third joint frame, z, x, and y. Okay, now with respect to frame, for this is frame 0, this is frame 1, and this is frame 2. So for joint 1 we are going to write the DH parameters. Over here you can see that this is z axis, this is x axis, and this is, sorry, this is x axis, and this is y axis. Now with respect to this, the common normal is distance between this fixed link and this prismatic joint 2. Okay, so you can see that the common normal is lying in between these two spaces, the fixed base, and in between the gap which is present, the link 2 is provided. So with this you can see that there is no gap in between, or little gap with respect to this. So with this there is no displacement should be performed to find the joint offset, because both links have same origin. Okay, now with respect to joint angle, you can see that The second step what we are following, we are trying to rotate about red axis so that the x axis should be parallel to common normal. But over here you can see that the x in the question it is also given that theta 1 is about 120 degree and the d2 parameter is 200 millimeters. Okay, so with this, when we are trying to rotate about red axis so that the x axis is parallel to common normal, so that is a variable which was provided in the question. So over here we are writing theta 1, or you can write 120 degree. Okay, now after this what you have to do, you have to translate by a value so that the previous frame is going to reach to the next frame through a common normal, and in this case both frames are lying with same origin, so there is no distance which we have to trace, so this value is going to be 0. And at last what we are trying to do, we are trying to rotate about x axis so that the twist angle is going to be found. So when we are trying to rotate about x axis by 90 degree, so this z axis is going to be parallel with this z axis, so this value is going to be 90 degree. Okay, now for joint 2, when we are trying to do the same thing, the first parameter which is going to be given is the joint offset, which is already given in the question. So when we are offsetting the frame, this frame to this frame by a value of 200 millimeter, what happens that this frame is reaching over here, and the distance which is provided over this frame is d2, and this is joint offset. Now there is one more thing which we have to notice, that what we are trying to do between two frames, we are trying to keep the x axis parallel to the common normal, and at last what we are trying to do by doing a rotation about x axis so that the z axis should be parallel to the next frame. But in this question you can see that both frames are aligned with each other for x to x, y to y, and z to z. With respect to this, there is no joint angle, link length, and twist angle to be find out. With respect to this, all the values of these dh parameters should be 0. Okay, so in such a manner we have to find these different parameters with the help of this dh principal frames and dh parameters, the final tool point or end effector point. Now with the help of these dh parameter, we are trying to find the final homogeneous matrix. So in the next slide, this is basically, I already attached the frame which was the principal axis frame which is created, which was actually coming back side of the image which I drawn. So I erase, so you can see that all the different frames which we created. Okay, so you can see that there is one more thing. Actually I drawn this y axis, but with respect to the right hand thumb rule, this y axis should be drawn opposite side, and this y I drawn, I forgot to put minus sign. So over here when you are saying that this minus sign is representing, actually this y axis with respect to right hand thumb rule created opposite side, but it takes a sign convention, so that's why minus sign is attached. Now after this, what we are trying to do, with the help of the dh parameters we found, we have to put all those dh parameters in the homogeneous transformation matrix, and which is we are trying to actually find this parameter, that projecting finding the tool point with respect to fixed frame. So in such a manner, the dh parameters which was covered in the earlier videos, we are filling the values of joint offset, joint angle, link length, and twist angle in the homogeneous transformation matrix given by dh notation scheme to find the kinematic relationship between adjacent links. After filling the values in dh parameters, so we got two different matrices with respect to relationship between joint link 1 and joint link, so link 1 and link 0, and the other relationship which we got, that is relationship between link 2 and link 1. After multiplying with each other, we found the relationship between joint 2 and, sorry, link 2 and link 0. So this is the final homogeneous transformation matrix which we got. The values which we given, that with respect to theta 1 is 120 degree, and the joint offset value d2 is 200 millimeter. So after putting this equations, or this is the final equation which we got with respect to tool position. Okay, there is another software which was developed by IIT Delhi with named as Robo Analyzer. That software can be used with respect to validating the outcome of our schemes. So I am going to switch my screen to showcase you. So actually this is the Robo Analyzer software. Over here what you can do, actually I already run the simulation. I am just telling you that what you can do with this software. There are different number of degree of freedom configurations are available. The question which we took is a 2 degree of freedom, and the relationship between is a revolute and prismatic. With respect to this table appears as you going to change the robotic configuration with respect to the revolute, prismatic, 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 revolute, revolute. This table is going to be changed. Now the parameters which we find with respect to our questions are, I am going to switch my screen so you see the parameters which we found. So these are the parameters which we find out. So with respect to this is the RoboAnalyze software. Now it's asked about different values with the help of which it is going to provide you the end effector configuration over here. Now with respect to this, the joint offset value which we find is 0 over here. So we put 0. Now the next value is joint angle. Over here the softwares ask you about variable. So when you are going to change the configuration, this appears with respect to few DH parameters. With respect to this, when it is showing variable, the initial value should be this variable parameter. So we actually find the 120 degree as a joint angle, so we fill over here. Okay, now next is link length and twist angle. So over here you can see that this is the link length and this is the twist angle which we found already 0 and 90. Keep the final value 0 initially. Now for link joint 2, there is a joint offset value which is keeping as variable. You can see so we have to fill this value in an initial value, but keep in mind whatever values which was filled within this RoboAnalyze software should be in meters. So I took as a 0.2. okay, now the joint angle, link length and twist angle is 0. So with respect to that, just joint angle, link length and twist angle is put with 0. okay, now after filling the value, what you have to do, you have to click on forward kinematic analysis, and the whatever the mathematical portion we have done with respect to matrices, it was already updated, and you can see over here the final. After doing the forward, and what you have to do, you can update over here, the end effector formulation can be visible. Now you can see that this is the basically final position of our end effector, and you can see that over here, this is 0.50, 0.8666, 0.173, because we took all the values over here in meter, and over here this is 200 millimeter. With respect to that, the 100 multiplication should be done. So this is 0.8666, 0.51. with similar manner, these are the angles, and this is the basically d2 value. So with respect to that, you have to multiply with 100. So final, or you can use 200. So with respect to that, this will appear. So in such a manner, you can also, if you such a manner, you can find the final homogeneous matrix. Also by doing or filling these values, you can showcase or see how this can be, how the joint are moving. So with respect to this, I am going to put joint 1. If you are going to for this, you can it helps you in better visualizing the axis frame. In this software, the red axis is x axis the blue axis is y axis and the green axis is the blue axis is sorry z axis and the green axis is y axis. With respect to this, whatever values you are filling, when you are clicking over here, it showcase about the rotation or the values which we are providing. Actually with respect to variable, we fill a value of 120 degree. So this is the initial rotation of theta 1 value which we need to do. After putting link length as a 0, there is no movement. When you are going to rotate, fill the value of twist angle, and for this we are trying to take a rotation of 90 degree about x axis, so that the final so that the previous frame of z axis should be parallel to the next frame z axis. In such a manner you can see the rotations of other frames also. So over here we fill a value of 0.2 meter. With respect to that, the frame is moving from here to here, and with respect to joint angle, link length and twist angle, we already fill the value of 0, so there is no movement showing over here. So in such a manner, with the help of this software, what you can do, you can validate your outcome of the robotic link. And this software is free of cost. If you are going to search on website, this software is free of cost, so you can download and validate your problems. So this is all from my side. Thank you for